But there's some things to try to remember. One is Tai Chi posture as much as you can remember, which means back is generally upright, straight up, so you're not coming down to bend. And when you're coming to grasp the tiger, you're not out over this way. You're out. You bend at your legs, and if you bend, if you're going to come in this direction, you have to sort of not bend the top of your body, but bend the lower part of your body with a minimum of the upper part, and then you're coming back this way. So you're holding Tai Chi posture, not too far this way, not too far this way, not too far this way, not too far this way. Okay? That's, and you just have to, each has to sort of monitor themselves. Another thing is when you're coming up to do things, try to remember, you're trying to look over the top of your hands. But your hands obviously will determine where your head's going to go. So if you're doing down here, you say, I'm looking at the top of my hands, but you're not looking in a Tai Chi posture manner because your head is down this way. It should be as much as possible here, and your things are coming across. You're going to, if you're going to do the high pat on the horse here, not patting down here, high pat on the horse. High pat on the horse. This came down in order so the head stays up, and then come across, and then up, okay? So try to remember that. What I want to do now, before we go on to 16, I want to show you something which I think can help all of us. I used to do it as a warm-up exercise, and I never tumbled to the thought that this is a very useful exercise. I think particularly at this stage of your training, to try to soften up your movements. I usually will do a drill where I'll hold my wrist or my forearm, and then all I'll do is turn my wrist. Yeah, clockwise, yeah, very slowly. Go ahead and try to do that. Just your wrist, and take your time, take your time. Got no place to go. Okay? This is a good warm-up because it makes you move your wrist. And then after a while, you go the other way, counterclockwise. Take your time, no place to go. What I want you to do is not only do this for warm-up, but get the feeling of what it's like to move. Okay? Other side. Counterclockwise. Take your time, no place to go. And then the other way, clockwise. Clockwise, okay? Then hold here. Now, without moving your wrist, just move your elbow. Clockwise. Clockwise, take your time. Go through full range of motion. I don't want it down here. This isn't, be a little bit more expansive, okay? And you're not moving anything, you're not moving your wrist very much, it's your elbow. Go the other way. Try not to bend your wrist, okay? Ethel, try to just not move your wrist, just your elbow. You're doing good with your elbow, but your wrists are following, okay? Finished with that, come this side. Straight, again. Just try to not move your wrist that much. Go clockwise. And when you finish, go the other way. Take your time. Okay? Okay. And you're making sure that if you hold this here, you're not doing one of these, because that's another joint that you're going to have to do. You're doing this, okay? Now, you know all of that, so now you put everything together. You can hold here, but now what you're doing is elbow and wrist. Elbow and wrist. Everything is going. Elbow and wrist. The elbow is not quite straight out this way, but you come out. You're flexing your elbow. Flexing. extension, but you never quite extend it too far this way, and you don't come up tight. It's doing this, and at the same time, this is doing, okay? Okay, and we're going to go the other way. Do it here. Now we're going to go counterclockwise. Okay, go the other way. As best you can. I can't do it as well on my left hand as my right because I'm right-handed, but that's all right. Can anybody tell me the reason why I'm wanting to teach you this? Why you want to do all of this kind of silly exercises? Because that's what you're all trying to do in Tai Chi. At this point, you're learning, okay? When we say brush knee, what happens is people come here, boom, boom. But what if you happen to do this? What's wrong with me doing this? That's what I'm trying to teach you. Or you say, well, you're repulsing the monkey. You could do this, you just say, whoop, pop, whoop, pop. But what you're trying to do is come back this way, rotate your elbow, rotate your wrist, you're even rotating your shoulder, smoothing it out and making your Tai Chi a lot smoother. Circular spiral, that's what we're trying to do. And soften it. And with the softening, maybe comes more of a tendency to relax. Otherwise, the more mechanical you are, the more you're likely to be less relaxed. So you say, I gotta get it up here, I gotta get it here. So sometimes this kind of simple exercise, for me, sometimes I'm just walking around, I have nothing else to do, I'm just doing one of these things, just to keep my hands moving in the way I want them. And at this point, I think for you folks, just appreciating the difference between this, 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 and this, and this, and this. Okay, that's what the drill is about. Any questions? Does that sound useful, or is it just another chore to do? You choose, but I think if you're really wanting to